I love animals, man. I mean, who doesn't? Well, domestic, John apparently. Actually, not John. I thank the man above for bringing these little dudes onto Earth. Bears, for example. I swear, I've never seen a single clip of them doing something productive. Motherfuckers will always be on some bullshit, like chasing each other around or hibernating for God knows what. I'll save the topic of bears for a rainy day. But what you gotta know is such traits isn't limited to bears. Looking at animals running around freely, nothing better to do other than have belly rubs and bullying their owner. Sometimes I wish my life was like an animal. Well, not in the wild at least. And thanks to centuries of evolution and history, we got pets. Now, pets can go as small as the chinchilla furball, which might be the top 1 human inventions of all time, to something more common you'd see in a household, such as cats, birds, chicken apparently. But they ain't coming close to number 1. Dogs. There are a number of breeds coming from these motherfuckers. Like, what in the world is a borzoi? Borzoi? Borzoi. Look at this picture, dog. Let's be real. We ain't memorizing all that. But because mankind never has enough of things, we gotta make more of it. And that led to the crossbreeding and then hybrid dogs. Sheepadoodle, Labradoodle, Maltipoo. Yeah, low-key, why do they all look depressed? And as much as I wanna talk about these doodles, poodles, noodles, we're here for one thing only. A Pomsky named Yuki. And her misadventures, of course. I would like to preface this video by saying that Yuki is the best dog of all time. Playful, big pibble, naughty, naughty again, and everything to me. Even though she's my girlfriend's dog and I don't have no pets. Nobody is in the same leagues as her. And if you choose to challenge my claim, let's just say, enjoy the next 24 hours.
I'm feeling romantical.
So what's a Pomsky? Pomskys are Pomeranian and Husky crossbred dogs. Apparently that's a thing. This website goes on and on about it, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Pomskys are hella loving, curious, and very naughty, as I've said. Actually, way too naughty. Some may say it's a logical flaw to use Yuki as a representative of all Pomskys.
Actually, no, it's the actually.
I'd like to rebut by saying your itchy mouth is a logical flaw. Yuki's goated, period. Slay, gatekeep, buzzword. Okay, apprentice, y'all got me. How's Yuki like normally? First and foremost, here's a photo dump of Yuki. Use this moment to take in aura, or else. So my girlfriend also came up with these words to describe Yuki. Yeah, look at them. But I also want to come up with my own way of describing her. So imagine you're playing a video game, and in the quest, you have to escort an NPC to safety. You give them everything they would need. Weapons, protection, buffs, everything. And what do? They said screw you and went off to do their own thing, hindering your progress and stuff. That's Yuki. Kind of anyway. I could sit on here all day like a full-time gooder and come up with more ways to describe Yuki. But we're not here for that. We're here for the misadventures. And boy do we have plenty of them. Let's stay mild first. Yuki is way too sociable with new people. I remember when I first met Yuki, this motherfucker was clawing on the doorknob, trying to open it, on the hind legs and everything. On the other side, I could do nothing but watch in anticipation and much horror as she slowly started to get the knob moving. And when that doorknob came through, all hell was unleashed and I got the day's worth of pouncing. And this interaction was not limited to my humble bum. When I brought over my friend, well, we'll call him S, to my girlfriend's place to see Yuki, that was a core memory. You could see the glint of curiosity in Yuki's eyes for a split second before she started clawing that doorknob again. And before we knew it, this dog came sprinting out the door and immediately pounced me first. And then she quickly pounced S, straight into the crotch area, so that became a core memory for him too. We brought Yuki out for a walk and goddamn was this dog hella enthusiastic. So much so, she started struggling with the dog collar we put on and nearly came out of it. Why is this a big issue? Well, remember how I said this dog was hella naughty? Yeah, she'd go out of the collar and try to run off from her owners. Little mischievous schoolbird. Thankfully, none of that happened and the walk went relatively smoothly, unlike another occasion. We returned back to the domicile, watched Yuki after she thought it'd be funny to put her snout into every single crevice possible and roll all over the dirt, shit diarrhea. Though not as much of a misadventure as the other ones I'll be talking about today, I think it's still a good introduction to what kind of dog Yuki is. I never really knew how active Yuki was for a dog until my girlfriend was talking about how well behaved her other friends' dogs were, and I thought, damn, that's why Yuki's the GOAT! Now before we go into the next misadventure, I wanna bring something up for context. Dogs are crazy territorial. Like, Rebel Inc. mega brutal insurgent level of territorial. Motherfuckers will pee at every chance they could to tell other dogs, yo bro, this is my pavement. my concrete, my land of grass. I own this bitch! And it usually wouldn't matter because another dog would appear on the same area 10 minutes later. Now, dogs can befriend other dogs, don't get me wrong. I've seen Yuki befriend and tease other dogs, surprisingly. But she's always been more of a cowardly dog, usually running away if dogs start barking. Unfortunately, if dogs can befriend other dogs, that means they can be ops with other dogs. And the rivalry low-key goes crazier than King Von with Quando Rondo. Motherfuckers will wait at every chance that they could, behind the little gates, which are the only thing preventing them from going ham on passing dogs. So bark dogs off their territory, or actually just brawl for the love of the game. And that's what happened to my dearest Yuki. So it was just a normal walk at first. I was with my girlfriend and her cousin, and we ended up walking past this household with the worst dog breed of all time. Japanese Shih Tzu. Bro, post editing here? I meant to say a Japanese Spitz, not a Japanese Shih Tzu. Yeah, my bad. So just every time I say Shih Tzu, just measure Japanese Spitz. Yeah, they suck. Thank you. Honestly, we should just round them up and send them off to a deserted island because these motherfuckers are the biggest ops in the canine world. So this Shih Tzu was agitating my dearest Yuki for the hell of it, and my precious fluffy dog got frightened by it, barking at her, banging on the gate. Man, get the shug out of here, bro. Okay, so now we're bringing Yuki back to my girlfriend's place, and we're already hella tired with this rascal constantly being mischievous, not following our directions, constantly trying to run off, goddamn everything. And who's that I see coming out of the side? Who is that bitch ass Shih Tzu? And that reincarnation of the devil pounced my dearest Yuki. The three of us tried our best to get them to stop fighting, and I broke it up by grabbing Yuki's leash and running off of her. Oh, you think that was all? Nah, law, that was just the beginning. As I'm dashing off with Yuki in tow, I glanced back. That demonic Shih Tzu was in tow, running as fast as his little legs could support. At that moment, I understood how Kyle Crane felt when those things were just behind him. Luckily, I just barely reached my girlfriend's place with Yuki in tow, and the Shih Tzu was getting exhausted chasing us. I took in that brief moment of serenity way too quick. I mean, why wouldn't I? Yeah, you shouldn't have, because guess what happened next? Remember how I said that Yuki loved to run off whenever she got the chance? Yeah, that's what happened. As Yuki and I locked eyes, I noticed something was off. She was fully white. And in my head, I was trying to piece together what was missing. Nah, her ears are definitely intact. Can't forget that snout. That neck looks fine. Oh yeah, the neck. What was on the neck again? Oh yeah, the collar. The collar that was attached to the leash that I was holding and now on the floor. And after a brief standoff, I tried to lunge at her, which led to a chase across the neighborhood for a goofy bum. Hopeless, despaired, and what seemed like a comical encore to an already messed up situation, I pressed on and dashed with whatever energy I had left to get that dog back. And thankfully, I was able to catch up and pin her down within a minute or so. Truly, at that moment, a wave of exhaustion and relief crashed down on me, knowing this lazy bum of a canine is safe. The three of us returned back to my girlfriend's place, relatively intact. The devil's reincarnation, otherwise known as the Shih Tzu, was later brought back by its owner while I was chasing Yuki, who, by the way, never apologized to us for letting his bomb of a dog out. Yuki suffered a few scratches, which my girlfriend's family got checked out. Luckily, she hadn't suffered anything major and still continued being smiley and silly as hell. But clearly, I suffered the most. Fuck you, me, I had to run off with Yuki and run back to you. Nah, be for real right now. I had plans to go over a third story, but low-key I might just save it for another video. Pets are crazy, man. Someone once brought up that while they are a chapter of our lives, we're all that we know to them, unless something terrible happens to them, of course. And that realization stuck to me. There are days where I didn't really have the energy to entertain Yuki's shenanigans, and there are days where I gave her a mega big belly rub. There are days when she gets her spots when I'm around, and there are days where she ignores me during walks. As cool and entertaining these misadventures were, it also made me realize that I've had plenty of filler days with Yuki, which I could have better spent with that fluffy bully. Cherish your pets, dogs. They're an icon of innocence, and they might not be around for as long as you think they'll be. Take a 0.5 of them or something. Show them silly pet videos or something. I don't know, lol.